Hello runners, this is Coach Bala here again. Good to connect with all of you. Week 1 of regular season is completed today. Congratulations. You guys are getting started 7 days into regular season training after 2 weeks of warm-up, which is a great milestone. If you had listened to my previous message, I had told you that our first sort of massive milestone is the 21-day milestone. That is the first 3 weeks of regular season, and of which 7 days you've completed. And I'm hoping that by now many of you are beginning to get into a rhythm. A rhythm is what we are targeting. We're not targeting one-off great runs and then many days of no activity. We just focused on consistent, regular rhythm of okay runs or okay walks. That is fine as well. In fact, that's what we are looking for. So I am hoping that you all are slowly getting into that rhythm, connected with your coaches, comfortable with your watches, your shoes, your gears, other gears, things are settling down. And as I had mentioned in the previous message, it is a hot summer season. So hope you're taking all the precautions that I had mentioned in the previous conversation. So now let us discuss a little bit about the first technical concept that I want to introduce to all of you. Return runners are very aware, but always repetition doesn't spoil the prayer. So it's good to rethink some of the basics. First technical portion of our running, which is the conversational pace running. It is also called the pace running. This is the singularly the most important type of run that we all need to be really good at. This forms 70 to 80% of the runs that you would do will be in this zone, the conversational pace running. Now, what is that and why is it important is what we are going to discuss today. In addition to that, I also want to offer a little extra about summer training within the context of conversational pace running. Okay, so let's get started. So what is a conversational pace running? Now, as I had mentioned, conversational pace, as the name suggests, is a pace where you are able to hold a conversation without the other party realizing that you are running. Now, the best way to sort of think about a conversational pace running, as we have explained this multiple times, especially for new runners and new walkers, this could be an easy way to kind of get your head around it, is that when you're jogging or when you're walking, let us say you sing a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sing that song. And if that song feels like what I just sang, then you are in a conversational pace running. Instead, if it sounds like happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, if you're able to do that, then you are not in a conversational pace running. Very simple. Or in other words, when you run and your harmony between your lungs, heart, your muscles, and your circulation system is there, your body is able to make that song without palpitating. That is the foundational construct of conversational pace running. And the best part about conversational pace running is everyone can get into a conversational pace very easily. All they have to do is slow down. That's it. When you slow down, your body sort of gets used to a lower intensity rhythm. And when that lower intensity rhythm happens, then you are able to deliver a conversation while you are running. Now, why is this important? Let us start with the why before how we can do that. So, why this conversational pace is important is you need to think about your body in two different states. When you're running, when you're walking, when you're doing any activity, like aerobic activity. The first state is what is called as the aerobic zone. The other state is what is called as the anaerobic zone. As the name suggests, in the aerobic zone, there is excess oxygen available in your body. In the anaerobic state, as the name suggests, there is a deficiency in oxygen that is there in your body. Or in other words, when you're in the aerobic state, your body is not in a state of shock. Your body has all the requirements that it needs to sustain the the load that the body and the body is being placed on right now, which, let's say in this case, a 3 mile jog or a run that you have decided to do. On the anaerobic state, because there is an oxygen deficiency, your body is not fully able to meet the demands, the aerobic demands of that has been placed on itself. So it needs to manage something. So there is a bit of management, or there is a bit of shock that the body is in right now. It is not to say that in anaerobic state body can't function. It has its reserves. It will figure it out. But then the efficiency of providing you the kinetic energy to run is a lot lesser in the anaerobic state. And also the byproducts of combustion of fuel to provide you the energy is also a lot more and lot less savory. As a result, you won't be able to sustain yourself in anaerobic state for a longer period of time. Now, our goal is time on foot. We are into long distance, structured long distance running. So, or in other words, our goal is to keep our body in a state of rhythm so that it can sustain that for a long period of time. That's really what we are trying to do. So that's why it is necessary for us to be within the aerobic state of training. And conversational pace is a clear indication that you are in an aerobic state of running. And that is why we need to be in the conversational pace running. Hope you understood the why. When you are in the conversational pace, your body knows that it is in a state of training, or in other words, it is trying everything it can do to improve various portions of the kinetic chain so that the overall kinetic energy deliverance into your muscles and into your body for propelling forward is at its maximum efficiency. That's really what we are shooting for. So now let us talk about the how. The conversational pace when you run. The basic thought process, as I said, is you have to slow down if you are not in a conversational pace. So the way I recommend, or we recommend how to go about doing that is you start running first. It takes about a minute or so for you to settle down. Because, of course, when you're just getting started, it is going up and down, there's a bit of discomfort, all that will happen. Maybe a minute, maybe even 3 minutes. Give that time. Don't overthink it. Just get into a rhythm first. Once you feel much better, whatever activity you're doing, whatever space you're running, everything, now is the time for you to assess where are you within this conversational pace scale. One way to think about it is how is your breathing. If your breathing is like that, then you are not in a conversational pace. You need to have a sustained, systematic breathing. And the way you do that is simply reduce the pace. Now, for folks who are just getting started, sometimes they might be just literally just barely jogging and then they get out of conversational pace, which is very normal, folks. Totally fine. Walk in between. Let the heart rate settle down, stabilize. Let your breathing stabilize, and then you can do. That's why we do walk run methodologies for all of us, especially the newcomers who are starting. 1 minute walk, 1 minute slow jog. 1 minute walk, 1 minute slow jog. But the idea here is you are able to sustain your breathing so that you are bringing your heart rate down and then again getting back when how much ever you want. As you keep doing that, you will realize that you are able to extend the time. You're able to do 2-3 minutes in conversational pace and then just a 1 minute break and then maybe 5 minutes. And then there are folks then they can continue going on and on in conversational pace. See, in a true definition, if you're truly in a conversational pace, theoretically, you should be able to go on and on and on. You are in a zone. You keep going on and on because your body is in a state of, not in a state of shock. So your body is able to sustain, and that is the goal. So as you go into conversational pace running, all I'm asking you to do is just keep it very simple. Keep an eye on how your breathing pattern is. And when the breathing pattern is going towards you not able to have a conversation, slow down. If you're already slow and still you're having this issue, no problem. Walk in between, collect your energy, and then do that. The goal in conversational pace is getting to conversational pace. It's always a journey. It is not as though once you get your conversational pace running, figured out, you are done for life. No. Conversational pace is a function of a lot of things that are going on in your body. How you slept yesterday, how is the weather outside, is it too hot, how dehydrated or hydrated you are, what's your mental sort of state when you're running, if you're too disturbed, how is your sort of any other ailments, you had a cough or a cold. There is a various things that can, if you're coming back to running, you had a season and then you took a break, come back to say, running again the next season. Various combinations happen that drives your conversational pace for that day. So there is no one specific pace that you can just say, this is my conversational pace. It's all up to how your body is reacting on that day. And you simply follow the definition or the true meaning of conversational pace for that day. For instance, let's take about me. I've been running for a long time. This season has been quite a disruptive season for me. I have not been running that much because of work pressure and other things. But I'm trying as much as I can. I don't want to let that go so soon. So when I'm beginning to do it again, let's say I take a 2 week break for some travel and all that, come back and start running, my conversational pace is a lot slower than what it would be when I'm in my peak training. That's totally fine. I'm just focused on being at conversational pace. I need to do conversational pace for multiple weeks to get back into the rhythm. I know that. So all I'm doing is just that. Give you an instance. My conversational pace in my peak rhythm is around 10:30, 10:45. Nowadays it's 13 minutes because of heat, because of my own, sort of disturbed training pattern, etc. Totally fine. You go with what is your conversational pace for that day. That's one point. And the second point is it takes a long time to nail your conversational pace. I am talking multiple seasons. And even that, as I said, if you break in between, it'll take again some time for you to get back to conversational pace. So it's a journey. You're not going to nail it in like 2-3 days or 2-3 mesos. That's totally fine. But you need to attempt. You need to go closer and closer towards an ideal conversational pace. So that's what I want you all to do next 2 weeks, and in fact going forward, but especially next 2 weeks till you get to a 21-day milestone. You just hunker down, focus, and see what is the pace should I break in between so that I'm able to sing a song while I am running. One other test I normally do is I call my friend. With my Bluetooth, I chat with my friend, call and talk when I'm running. And very soon I can tell whether if my friend on the other side is telling me, hey, are you running? Then you know that you're not in conversational pace. But that's a good way of sort of checking too and forcing yourself to have a conversation and running and slowing down. So these are all some techniques that I've used. And this is a base foundation for your training. 70 to 80% of your mileage is going to be in conversational pace. So that's really what I want all of you to focus on the next couple of weeks. Keep going towards the ultimate extent of conversational pace running. So many things comes out of it, which we will discuss that. And within the context of summer, you need to go much slower, especially for return runners, because it is summer. If you think last season you had a 12-minute conversational pace, my estimate is 13-minute would be a conversational pace right now with the heat that's outside. So don't go on focus on the pace that you are used to. Focus on the definition of conversational pace. We need to build slow, steady miles right now at this stage of the season, and that's really what we will all do. Okay, all the very best, folks. Congratulations for finishing the first week of a regular season of season 14. Summer walkers and runners, congratulations. The fall, we are focused on kickstarting that shortly. Can't wait to see some pictures. Share some destination run pictures or any run pictures for that matter, and let's keep going. Thank you.